Do you believe that you possess unconditional love?
Yes.
You sure?
Okay. What define unconditional? Define unconditional.
Oh no,
Define
there's only
unconditional.
one meaning, baby.
It's like, do you believe that you possess unconditional love?
Yes.
So, if a man, I just don't. I'm getting tired of giving like theories, right? But I have to with this one. 'Cause define it. The best way I could say is if he was to lose everything that he possessed tangibly, but he never lost the core values, which I kind of already know the answer. I'm just asking. Um, do you stick it out?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
How
do.
long do you stick it out for?
I mean, I feel like in everybody's life, you go through ups and downs. You go through, hard times, good times, bad times. And I am a very loyal person when I'm in a relationship, and I will hold it down for the man that I'm in a relationship with. But I haven't gotten there yet, so I'm not doing it in a dating
So,
situation.
okay, so we can arguably say that you haven't have met a man where you felt comfortable and or willing enough to demonstrate unconditional love to.
I did, I did before, but he was broke and not in any of my requirements.
Do you know what conditions mean?
Oh, that's what you meant?
Yes.
Oh, well, no, but it just ended. Like, I mean, as long as I was with him,
Yeah.
I was loving him conditionally, and even when we broke up, I was loving him conditionally, but
Like unconditionally.
sorry,
Yeah.
unconditionally, I was loving him unconditionally, even when after we broke up. But like when you break up, like how much? I mean, what do you say to that?
Did
Like,
he break up with you?
no, I broke up with him because he's a cheater, and he was cheating on me.
Yeah, so he broke and a cheater.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
nerve. The
Yeah.
nerve.
You're fucked up, my boy.
I was like cooking dinner for him every night, and he showed up to my house on Valentine's Day with not even a piece of chocolate, not even a single rose. And my sister's like, "Why are you with him?" So, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like it was getting embarrassing. And
So,
then
okay, woo. Now, see, I gotta ask the right questions to get the right answers. Because, like, I do know what I be talking about. I just be waiting for people to say it.
okay,
So, Gabby,
yes, Rico.
did this start the onslaught of your new expectations?
Heck yeah, dude! I was done with broke men.
I'm a
I was
fucking
done with
genius.
broke men. I was okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. Excuse
So
me.
a broke man hurt you, basically.
No. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I've always had these standards,
Mhm.
but
Let him go.
yes, there was a couple of years that I just let them go, and I lowered them so low that I ended up with a broke cheater. I call them the broke boys club. You know, these guys who just like come over to my house for a date. I'll cook for you, sir. I don't know you. Why are you trying to be so cheap? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just so yes, I've always had these standards, but I decided because everybody in my circle, my friend group was telling me, "Oh, just lower your standards," and I tried that, and I ended up getting cheated on with a broke boy, and I didn't like it, so I put my standards back up.
Gabby, they said lower it, don't abandon it. like, we didn't say go for nothing. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
but like, all right,
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Rico, so when Rico mentioned like a high dollar date, or you mentioned a high dollar date, and Rico actually used the word thoughtful. Um, so in my opinion, like a person who listens to you and they digest what you're saying and they put the effort into the date, do you look at that as like a date that like hits all the marks, or does it have to be like,
Can you define a thoughtful date for me?
so let's say,
picnic.
well, no, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I like stand up comedy, and I watch stand up comedy all the time. I listen to it all the time. Um, I'm not obsessed, but like I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm explaining this to somebody that I'm interested in,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my mind, that's like a ding, ding, ding. Hey, a date to go to a comedy show.
Oh,
You
I
know,
love stuff like that.
so
That's so romantic.
so that's what I'm saying. So like thoughtfulness, does that also register as being
1,000%.
okay?
1,000%. I love that. I actually
What if
did.
it's only thoughtful dates? No expensive dates. Because a comedy, listen, it's like $20 a ticket. It's $40. I'm saying
I
maybe
think I
100.
value more spending time with a genuine person than how much he's spending on me. But I need to know that he has something to spend on me. And then I want to know that he's the type of person that wants to spend money on his woman. That's like important to me.
Are you gonna spend money on your man?
will I spend money on my man? If we're married, I would say yeah.
Gabby, I'm about to throw my shoe at you. You better not
Gabby,
come
that
over
don't
here with
really
this.
seem right, babe.
You can't be like. Here's my thing. When I say reciprocity, and don't get me wrong, because I don't speak for all men. Not every man is like me. Not every man is capable to be like me either. But
Okay,
that's
just get to your point.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm willing to spend on you,
Okay.
a man wants, especially a woman who, and like women, some women need to understand that we are in a new age, and men are expecting you to do well for yourself as well,
Mhm.
right? Especially the younger generation,
Mhm.
and seem to be doing well for yourself. You live in LA, you're doing a podcast, you're a TikToker, you're going viral. You know what I'm saying? And
Model.
and modeling.
Yeah.
So I'm praying that God is blessing you with all the financial accolades that you have for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, for me to come across somebody who is obtaining, and maybe you're not at where you want to be, but you're in that direction, and you're obtaining all these financial accolades, but yet you're not willing to spend on me, but I'm willing to spend on you through demonstration, not words. That's where I have to draw the line.
I don't really. I don't. I feel like words is how a lot of like women get caught up is because some guys are really good with their words, but they never show action behind those words. And I feel like I've made that mistake too in the past. I've dated a guy where I just listened to all of the nice words that he was telling me, and he never did anything to back up those words. And so I stopped listening to words. I started watching their actions, and that's why. And like I said, it's not really
Gabby, that's what I said though. I said demonstrated through actions, not words.
But I think what she's expressing is why how she ended up at this thought process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. I get that. I want to get to the answer though. We can go
Okay.
right after that.
I'm sorry. So what was
The question is, how do you think that you're actually reciprocating if we are both financially in a good place,
Right.
and I am spending on you? 'Cause
Right.
Your thing
I
was
feel
you're
like
spending on a woman.
I feel
mean,
like I need to be in like a long-term committed relationship before I feel comfortable spending on a man. And I feel like I wouldn't spend on a man in the first few dates because I feel like that's still I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he wants to be in a relationship with me. I don't know who I am to him yet. So in that stage, that's the pursuing stage. I feel like that's a man's job to do that.
you can. I realize some people don't understand is you can dictate who you are to him by setting yourself to be different and requiring, or you can require what you want to require, but if you're possessing things that others aren't, you're separating yourself from the competition. Just as it is for a game for you, it's a game for him. So
Okay.
now if he's spending, and maybe he's taking you on dates and roses, it's like actually spending outside of the dates on you. I'm not saying you got to go buy him a pair of red bottoms, but like if you's like, yo, listen, I heard that um, you really like this brand of cologne, and I actually was in the mall and I smelled this cologne and I bought you this cologne.
I've done that before, like birthday gifts, like little
I
goodie
didn't say
bags.
birthday gifts, bro.
That sounds like a birthday
Gabby,
gift. That
stop.
sounds like a birthday
Like,
I
gift.
get what she's saying, being that like the first couple of dates she wouldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
She did say marriage though, and that kind of
That's where
that
yeah.
kind of threw me off. But being in a relationship, I feel like that's normal things.
Right.
Like
In
spending
a
on a
long-term
man.
committed relationship, yes, definitely.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
he's spending all of this money on you as as you're requiring.
Yes,
He's paying for
I'm
your
requiring
hair,
that.
your nails, your waxes, your Ubers,
Yep.
your rent, you said, all of these things, the dates.
Yes.
I mean, a birthday gift.
You can get what you want. If that's the theoretical right answer, but it's not always the right answer because it might never get what you want, right? But it just depends if what you want is really reasonable. And then also, what are you doing to get what you want? Are you becoming or possessing the things that what you want is desiring?
Are you sucking dick?
To a man with money, giving head is regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? And giving good head is often.
I know,
So
but
like we don't
there's
really
some girls
care
that
about
don't
that.
do it. So it has to be on the table.
When to a man with money, you get what you want when it comes to sexual pleasures, bro. And if you don't get it here, you go get it over there, and you figure it out. Trust me. But so what I'm saying is, when a man wants to, especially a man with money, and I'm being real, black men with money. Realistically, most black men, minority men in America with money, and I'm talking about seven figures or close to seven figures and above, they're most likely the first generation of rich in this country. You get me? There wasn't as many, you know what I'm saying, rich African Americans or minorities in 1990s as there is in 2022, right? They're the first rich person. You think this minority man,
Mhm.
I don't know if this is what you're seeking, but I'm just giving an example,
Okay.
has gone through and embodied a history of generational poverty
Mhm.
and finally comes across a bag and you know what I'm saying, however way he does, and thinks that he's going to settle for somebody who's not willing to reciprocate is kind of outlandish to me.
Reciprocate, but why does reciprocation always have to be financial?